Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Rashidat Munira binti Imam Asri, and today our group will be present about the importance of the international relations. Before we start, let me introduce about our topic. International relations, or IR, refers to the interaction and cooperation between the countries. It matters in areas such as in politics, economy, security, culture, and also human rights. It not only involves the government, but also it involves international organizations, NGOs, and multinational companies that are working together to solve global issues. So there are two types of international relations. First one is bilateral relations that refers to the cooperation between two countries, and larger and more powerful countries will have more power. And another type of international relations is multilateral relations, which is it involves the cooperation between several countries, and smaller countries will have more power and more voice. For example, we can see in ASEAN countries.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Nazim Hakimi bin Hafiz. Today I will explain about how international relation helps in protecting human rights worldwide. International relations play an important role because countries need to cooperate to ensure that every individual can enjoy their basic rights. These rights include the right to life, freedom of expression, access to education, and protection from discrimination. Through organizations such as United Nations, countries can create policies and agreements to protect human dignity. One of the important examples is the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which acts as a global standard for protecting human rights. Besides that, international cooperation also provides humanitarian assistance during conflict and natural disaster. This includes providing food, medical support, and education for affected communities. Overall, international relations helps prevent oppression, reduce human rights abuse, and ensure that people are protected regardless of their background. Next, international relations also play a major role in promoting global justice and equality. Through cooperation between countries, international system can ensure that individuals and government are held responsible for human rights violation and international crime. Organizations such as International Criminal Court helps punish serious crimes such as genocide, war crime, and crime against humanity. These show that justice can be achieved beyond national borders. Furthermore, international relations helps reduce inequalities by supporting development programs, providing reduction effort, and sustainable development. It also promotes fair treatment and equal opportunities for everyone. In conclusion, strong international relations are important because they create a more just, equal, and peaceful world where human rights are respected and protected.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Dania Batisha Pika Ismail, and now I will explain about conflict resolution. The first method are by negotiation technique. Negotiation is the primary method used by the state to interact and resolve conflict without resorting to force. It helps countries manage competition over limited resources such as water, energy, and minerals while maintaining international stability. According to bargaining theory, states often prefer maintaining existing arrangement because major change can be costly. Negotiation also helps clarify intentions and reduce misunderstanding that could lead to conflict. Most importantly, it transforms disputes into structured discussion and promote peaceful solution. The next one are mediation and arbitration. When negotiation fail, mediation and arbitration become important alternatives. Mediation involves a neutral third party, such as the United Nations, helping disputing parties reach a compromise and encouraging peaceful cooperation. Arbitration, on the other hand, is a formal process where a third party makes a legally binding decision. It is commonly used for technical or territorial disputes. The South Chinese Sea dispute is a good example of how diplomacy and third-party involvement can help reduce tension and prevent conflict escalation. Last but not least, preventing escalation of war. Key goal of international relations is preventing small disputes from developing into larger wars. Humanitarian diplomacy support this effort by ensuring aid delivery, creating humanitarian corridors, and protecting vulnerable populations during conflicts. In addition, international cooperation and adherence to laws such as UNIPOS increase the political and economic cost of aggressive actions. By maintaining communication and encouraging cooperation, states can reduce the risk of military confrontation and promote long-term peace and stability.
My name is Putri Nur Alia Maisara binti Hafiz. As you guys know, international relation is important in maintaining peace and security. For your information, international relations require an understanding of imperative need to respect the principle and relation between nations in order to maintain peace and security. Instead of using violence or war, countries take an initiative to communicate through diplomacy, which means discussing issue, negotiating, and finding peaceful solution. We also have official representative, also known as diplomat, to contribute to meeting leaders from other countries to discuss issue where they can express their concern, clarify misunderstanding, and find common ground. By talking openly, country can avoid escalation into serious conflict which happen due to miscommunication or lack of trust. Moreover, compliance with rules and principles of international law are important as they set clear policies that countries must follow. This rule had guides how countries behave toward each other, so countries can avoid disputes and manage their relationship harmoniously. In addition, international law emphasizes not allowing anyone to commit an act that will harm the interests of sovereign states. To give an example, Iran nuclear deal, which Iran agreed to reduce its nuclear activity and allow inspection. Even today, Iran and other countries are still negotiating to reduce tension, especially involving issues like nuclear weapons and regional security. Last but not least, alliance and cooperation between countries in international relations is a legal basis of the world system. Achievement of cooperation between countries must be genuine, mutually beneficial, as it makes countries stronger and reduces the chance of war. For example, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, which is ASEAN, declared a zone of peace, freedom and neutrality in 1971 as an effort to ensure the organization was well protected from outside intervention. Instead of acting alone, countries in ASEAN, including Malaysia, work together to discuss issues, share ideas, and find solutions to achieve mutual respect and non-violence when they confronting to conflicts. Overall, maintaining peace and security in the whole world is definitely the important role of international relations. Countries can communicate and solve problems peacefully through diplomacy instead of using violence.
Hi, my name is Aina Fagira binti Aslin. Now let's continue. Next, international relations is also important to improve the cultural exchange and understanding. This is because it can foster respect, empathy, and international collaboration. Not only that, cultural exchange and understanding also involve in the sharing of customs, values, and the ideas between the other societies. Diplomatic and cultural exchange can also foster cross-cultural understanding, tolerance, and appreciation. This is because international relations promote cultural exchange programs programs, education, opportunities, and people-to-people connections, which this can lead to a greater global harmony, such as those at Sunway universities, which they encourage their students to take classes and live in a foreign country to learn new language and traditions. Additionally, international relations are crucial for cultural exchange and understanding because it can improve mutual understanding. When individuals from various nations share the aspects of culture such as their traditional food, language, customs, and artwork, this can lessen bias and misconception, which can help one nation to view another nation in a positive way and avoid being disrespect since they have already learned about one and another nations. Without this knowledge, it is simple to develop assumptions or stereotypes. For example, one nation may believe that another nation is unpleasant or harsh, but in reality their action is just a simple part of their culture. Therefore, people can see the reality instead of depending on the presumptions through cultural exchange like student exchange program, international travel, and cultural festival. For example, students can learn many new skills and knowledge such as professional skill development, personal growth, and academic broadening when they already meet the other international students. Additionally, they may involve and socialize in a new language while introducing one and another nations, which this will making it easier for them to go studying, traveling, or working abroad in the future. Other than that, people from another country can learn on other country traditions which can give them inspiration or motivation, such as Japan, which almost everyone knows for its polite and respectful attitude. Japan has a strict social ethics such as the complex bowing rituals and the Japanese tea ceremony, which emphasize their respect and mindfulness. Last but not least, cultural exchange and understanding can promote global unity by assisting individuals in realizing that despite their diverse background, they share many things in common, including education, family, and life aspirations. For example, the orchestral diplomacy, where it is an initiative like the United States State Department's Jazz Ambassadors Program, or the West Eastern Divan Orchestra, which bring together young musicians from Israel, Palestine, and other Arab nations, use the universal language of music to foster communication in politically divided regions. By doing this, people start to feel more part of a global society rather than just focus on their own nations when they have already understand about the other culture. This also can be accomplished through social media platforms to gain new knowledge and skills about the other countries like Instagram and TikTok, where users engage with individuals from all over the world and discover various cultures.
For the conclusion, we can say that international relations (IR) is important in creating a stable, peaceful, and progressive world. This is because it helps countries to cooperate in areas such as politics, economy, culture, security, and also human rights. Through diplomacy, negotiation, and international law, conflict can be resolved peacefully, and it helps in maintaining global peace and security to our country. It also promotes cultural exchange, mutual understanding, and stronger relationship between nations to ensure global harmony, sustainable development, and well-being of societies worldwide. So that's all for our presentation. Thank you.